Queensland is a long way from Hollywood, but that was never going to stop Margot Robbie, who at just 26 starred with Leonardo DiCaprio in The Wolf of Wall Street, alongside Will Smith in Focus. And next up, the hotly anticipated Suicide Squad, playing supervillain Harley Quinn.
What?
Margot landed in Hollywood with a hit, cast as Leo's wife by the legendary Martin Scorsese.
Were you more intimidated about meeting Leo or about meeting Scorsese?
Oh, I mean, they were both there at the same time, so it was a double whammy. Probably, oh gosh, I don't know. I mean, probably Scorsese. Watching him on a set, he genuinely is fascinated by the characters in his films. I think that's why he gets like these magic movie moments.
Bay Ridge, that's near Staten Island, right?
Brooklyn, across the Verrazano Bridge.
Saturday Night Fever territory.
That's right, Guinea Gulch. We call the Verrazano Bridge the Guinea Gangplank.
Do you learn an American accent just by watching a lot of
You have
American
an ant
tele?
on you. Do you want me to get it off?
Do I have an ant?
It's crawling up behind your ear. Okay. It's actually in your hair now, but it'll be fine.
There's a lot of mankiness in there. It'll find its way.
Just like a little home there. Oddly enough, the one word that trips me up is home.
Oh.
I don't know if that's a psychological thing or
How do
like
you
a
say
mechanical thing. The vowel, like the home, like especially because I'm like from Queensland, I don't have the most rounded accent to begin with.
Well, you haven't lost it. I heard you talk to your family.
That's when it comes out, honestly. One phone call back home and suddenly it's so Australian again.
Margot left home at just 17, trying her luck on Neighbours and moving to Melbourne all on her own.
This lovely guy, his name's Mark, he heard through my agent at the time, her husband worked at a company that had an office in Melbourne, like such a remote link. And he heard in the office that there was like a kid who needed somewhere to stay. And he let me stay at his place for like 3 months. He had like this bomb of a car and we used to like, he'd just like drive me places if I needed a lift or something. And I remember being like, Mark, I'm going to be an actress one day. Like, I'm going to be an actress one day. And when I'm really famous, I'm going to buy you a car. And it's going to be like a really good car. And he's like, all right, cool.
You just said that on TV.
I know, but I think about it all the time. I was like, I need to track Mark down and I need to buy him a car.
Even though things are going pretty well, she isn't living the Hollywood life I imagined.
You're in a share house. I find that so ridiculoly hard to believe. You genuinely are in a share house.
We've downsized though. We've gone from living with 7 of us to 4 of us. So actually, it feels very mature.
But where's your junk?
All my
where's
junk
your
is currently either in Mum's garage or in London. Mum only lets me have 1 box in the garage. She threw everything else out. Which is really unfair, but she's like...
but I think about that too, but you can't expect them to just hoard your stuff the rest
No, but I was like, Mum, I made this when I was 5. And she was like, in the bin. I was like...
Despite her junk, the family is happy to have her home. So how are they adjusting to having a superstar in the family?
Older, younger, who's...
Older.
I'm older, so... I'm
18 months older?
a year and a half.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's the same. I'm the smart one.
I'm sitting so close to you.
I know.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm one of your family. Like,
Welcome anytime,
Got the same
honestly.
hair colour.
So what do you guys do? Like when you come home, what would you do together?
We went up to Springbrook yesterday.
Yes, yeah. Just went for a bushwalk and...
It's going
Oh,
on.
we saw the biggest snake.
we
We've got
did.
to show
We
you,
did.
actually.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
It was.
It was huge, and he'd clearly eaten a small animal or like maybe a bush turkey or a paddy melon or something. It had like the biggest lump in the middle of its belly.
Do you remember Mum with the spatula doing that?
I
No,
remember when Mum-
don't go there. Don't.
So there's one time.
No.
Is this the time that I
No, you can't.
No.
You can't.
No, this is the one I said yesterday. That it wasn't that. Play something else.
You must miss her when she's not around.
Terribly.
Yeah.
I love having my kids home. Love having them around.
Who's
I'm
your
lucky.
favourite
I've got.
child,
They're all my favourites. I have.
No, really. You can say me, it's okay.
It's me.
Did you think she'd come home again?
No, I didn't know you'd go and live overseas all the time. That bothers me because now I've got little Sebby as a grandson, and I think, oh, Margot will have children one day, and they'll be who knows where.
No, Mum, they'll be here. They'll be.
You'll come back home, won't you?
Yes.
You'll come back and
Are
live in
you
Oz.
making that now?
Yes.
You're swearing to your mum. You're
My
gonna...
kids will be in Australia.
Good.
But you're going to have to tell your boyfriend that. Does he know that like Australia's going to have...
He loves Australia.
Oh, does he?
He's like, I don't know why anyone leaves Australia.
Margot's boyfriend is Tom Ackerley, a British film director who she's been dating for 3 years. But does Mum approve?
He's delightful. We all thought he was pretty special.
He's a keeper. Well, that's good. Well, because you've got a few that he's got to impress. Like, that would be, you would be quite intimidating, I reckon, as a brother to have to impress.
He's
The
been,
first-
yes,
The
not
first
so
time
nice
we met, I took him to stunt training.
You
just had it all out in you.
Yeah, we just got that out of the way first up.
The family give him hell for being a pommy. Like when he
Yeah,
comes
right.
up for Christmas, everyone's like, oh, well, the pommy, you know, and it's just like...
A normal man can do the impossible to save the woman he loves. My husband is no normal man.
You were laughing before at the recent Pat pictures of you. When I say laughing, not enjoying them, going, how the hell do they find you in these remote, like, crazy locations?
Yeah, no, sometimes you can be in the most random place, drive in circles a million times before getting there. I mean, like, what are you going to do? Not eat lunch today? Like, you can't just like stop.
A surfer that's really unco at the moment.
Just, I look like the worst surfer in the world. Actually, those pictures, to be fair, are the most hilarious thing I've ever seen. And I know all my friends are going to give me hell for it.
The more famous you get, does fame become less appealing the closer you get to it? With
Yes.
all of those things that come with it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely.
Margot's been in the news this month after an interview she did garnered a bit more attention than expected. A profile of Margot Robbie in the latest Vanity Fair has been labelled sexist, patronising, just bizarre.
I remember saying that. I remember thinking, oh, so that was a really odd interview. I don't know how that's going to come out. And then when I read it, I was like, yeah, the tone of this is really weird. Like, I don't really know what he's trying to get at or play at, but I didn't expect there to be like an uproar about it at all. But I've read like far more offensive, far more sexist, insulting, derogatory, disgusting things on a daily basis. I don't know, maybe I'm like desensitized to it now. Maybe I'm just like, well, I mean...
But I thought it was quite encouraging to see everyone come together.
Oh
like,
my
you
God,
didn't start it, you didn't even respond.
I didn't
No.
say anything, and I had like this bit of Aussie pride where I was like, don't mess with the Aussies. Don't you mess with the Aussies. Look what happens when you mess with Australia.
Speaking of Aussies, Suicide Squad also stars Sydney boy Jai Courtney.
Know what they say about the crazy ones?
Huh? He would always call me a bogan anytime I say something, and I'm like, mate, you're the bogan. Like, and every time we'd say something, everyone's like, what's a bogan? And we're like, explain it. We're like, yeah, well, she's from the Gold Coast. I'm like, you're from the Western Suburbs. Like, and we'd just like go on and on. And the best was State of Origin was on, and I remember it was one night. When you see the film, there's a bar scene. So just know when that bar scene was happening, we were actually in between takes, had a pizza box, we were drawing like diagrams of the field and like players, and we're like, this happens and this is how. Then we would go back and we watched State of Origin together. And Jai and I had a bet that if Queensland won, he'd have to get Queensland tattooed on him. And if New South Wales won, I'd have to get NSW tattooed on me.
And has that come through?
Queensland won, he's got a Queensland tattoo on his arm.
He does?
Mm-hmm.